Armored Core 4, in some ways, the black sheep of the series, a relic from the before times, predating From Software's Dark Souls era. Released in late 2006, it's practically a fossil at this point. It was the first of a new generation of Armored Core games, the first to be released for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And unfortunately, because of that, it suffers from having that brown and yellow color palette that a lot of games of the time had. It was also the first From Software made on a newly built game engine. Add the fact that its development time was relatively short in order to be released as a launch title for the PlayStation 3, and it's clear why the game looks and feels a certain way. Some may even say that it's pretty bare bones compared to other Armored Core games. And it has my biggest pet peeve when it comes to map and level design in mech games. Dude, seriously, don't put enemy targets at the edge of the map if we're not allowed to pass through the dumb borderlines. A limited skybox is just stupid.
You've exited the combat area.
Yes, the game has problems. A handful of Armored Core veterans might even say to just skip forward and go directly to For Answer, which I might have done if only I was able to find a copy of the game at a reasonable price. I don't know who you all think I am, but I'm not exactly loaded with cash where I can reasonably justify spending near or over $100 on some old game. So, if you want to see me cover For Answer and 5 next, be sure to like and subscribe because I only buy these types of games with the money I make on this channel. And with all that out of the way, let's break some stuff. Here's the thing about old games that were rushed. It usually means there's one or two or a handful of broken weapons and or mechanics that the developers didn't exactly have time to patch up or even be aware of. In the case of Armored Core 4, there is such a beast that might have downright been a mistake. Something that should have never existed. Something so near broken, it might even undo the idea, the image, at least for this game, that all From Software games are hard. But in order to get this walking war crime of a mech that has clearly never heard of the Geneva Convention, we first have to play through the first 2 chapters of the game. We do unlock the parts in Chapter 2, but in order to make sure we have the money for all the parts, it might be better to wait. Don't worry, Chapter 1 is just one mission. Call it a dress rehearsal, where we only need to take out one target. We don't even need to customize the default starting mech.
Excellent.
Just shoot past all the non-essential enemies and take out the enemy normal with an energy blade. And that's it for Chapter 1. Chapter 2, there's still nothing to be afraid of. Shoot down some flying drones. Just make sure you have some weapons with range and with a good rate of fire. In another mission, eliminate some targets in the warehouse. Take out some targets in an underground facility. Dodge some lasers and take out some more targets. Go back to the city from the very first mission and take out some laser cannons. It actually took me more time to write down this sentence than it did to complete the mission. Next mission, pass through a canyon, dodge some cannon fire, and finally take out some enemy normal mechs. Then fly through a sandstorm and blow up some missiles. And finally, gear up for the first boss fight. And now, we're ready to awaken the beast. I introduce to you the Gano 1 Sunshine E.
That's definitely you.
This God of Destruction comes with 2 bazookas for arms that really feel more like cannons, and a pair of missile launchers on its back. Don't get attached to the missile launchers. Obviously, we don't always have to leave it as is throughout the game. It can be upgraded. Now, some players might want to remove the legs and make it look more like a tank, and I can understand why. Look, it's a single player game, play however the hell you want. But this to me is a mech game, so I prefer to keep the legs attached. If I wanted to play as a tank, I'd play World of Tanks or War Thunder. Which brings me to today's sponsor. I'm just joking, there's no sponsor. Many Gundam fans might be tempted to name anything in Armored Core after the Heavy Arms Gundam from Gundam Wing. In my case, since the Gano 1 Sunshine E has 2 bazookas and not 2 Gatling guns, I therefore prefer to rename it Heavy Guns. And with all that out of the way, here's a little demonstration of Heavy Guns in action by wiping out everyone in the simulator. 21 seconds. 36 seconds. 37 seconds. 43 seconds. 39 seconds. 18 seconds. I didn't even have to move. 24 seconds. 24 seconds. 25 seconds. 38 seconds. 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And that's only because I was distracted thinking about playing Expedition 33 again. And then 50 seconds. That's everyone in the first round of simulator matches in under 8 minutes, without having to buy additional parts or without even having to tune up certain stats. And this can take out anyone in the simulator. Like I said, there's nothing to fear. There is no danger, except us. We are the danger.
I am the danger. I am the one who knocks.
For what little roleplay is possible in this game, the first proper mission for the heavy guns, in my own personal headcanon, is the Retaliation mission in Chapter 3. It's the one where your home colony of Anatolia gets attacked, and you had to defend it. And what could be better for a debut than awakening the beast in its lair so it can wipe out an entire army? And that's pretty much the entire game. Well, at least as far as normal difficulty is concerned. It's still not necessary to use it all the time. And Energy Blade, at least for my playstyle, is still preferable in some missions. I will admit though that the water gliding mission in Chapter 3 is the only exception to this being easy. Whoever designed this mission clearly woke up choosing violence that day. I can understand it being difficult on hard mode, but on normal, we could only speculate what hard times the developer must have been going through at the time. And I hope that wherever they are in life now, that they're in a much happier place. Mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. And I hope they found someone to talk to. I'll even say it right here and now. This is the hardest mission in the entire game. The final boss, even on hard mode, please, nothing.
So, this is the end. This is for the best.
Enemy next destruction confirmed. The mission was a success. Good work.
2 on 1. I don't even have to move in the Sea of Blood mission.
I wasn't exaggerated. No good. I'm grounded here.
The mission was a success. Good work.
3 on 1. Again, I don't even have to move.
Destruction of enemy craft confirmed. All enemy crafts destroyed. Pulled it off. Mission accomplished.
4 on 1. Okay, I do have to move around a bit.
It's 4 on 1 now. I propose aborting the mission. Pull out of there, now!
Please walk down the tube. You can do this. But you walking junkie. Is this my fault? He's as good as you are strong.
But it's still not water gliding.
That's not the last of them. Take them all out. All objectives destroyed. The mission was a success. Good work.
It was also the Pillar of Light mission that kinda seemed difficult in the beginning, but it gets easier once you figure out you had to take out a shield generator before taking out the main target. I don't know if From Software purposely left that information out or if they just forgot. And at least for on normal difficulty, after you get all the parts for the Gano 1 Sunshine E, you really don't have to buy that many parts. Maybe just a better generator and booster. But weapons-wise, you'll have all that you need to bring freedom to the world. Just ignore all the pollution caused by the fighting. If you can ignore the potentially world-ending pollution, this is one of the few Armored Core games where you kind of actually do play as one of the good guys, and not just some mercenary for hire. Kind of. Don't look at me like that. What else can you expect from a From Software game? This build is still viable in hard mode. Just make sure to add some upgrades. I should also add that I eventually equipped the grenade launcher on the right shoulder, along with different legs and body parts after completing all missions on normal. I get the feeling someone might want to make the argument that energy weapons are better, or among other reasons, not costing you money on the ammo you spend on a mission. And first off, again, it's a single player game. Play however the hell you want. And second, this is Armored Core 4, where money is no real issue. You also don't lose any money for failing a mission, so spare no expense. Unless you're using 2 Gatling guns. I cannot help you with that. Now, I did try to just put normal arms and equip 2 similar style bazookas so that I could also have 2 backup weapons, in case I run out of ammo during a mission. But there's a trade-off. The normal bazookas for arms fire at the same time with the press of 1 button, meaning you can fire 3, sometimes even 4 weapons all at once. Whereas if you had 2 normal arms and equipped 2 bazookas, you would only be able to fire both bazookas at once by pressing down on 2 different buttons, which means you wouldn't be able to also fire your missiles or whatever else you have equipped on your back at the same time. One last time, it's a single player game that gives you the freedom to play the game however you want. In my case, the Gana 1 Sunshine E was the build that offered the path of least resistance. It even made some missions on hard mode seem extremely easy. I sometimes felt like I was playing the game completely wrong. But at the same time, don't get me wrong, it's still a From Software game, and there are moments when it will remind you of that on hard mode. That's all I got. Okay, bye now.
Destruction confirmed. The mission was a success. Good work. Please head back.